WORT.
In quarantine.
All socially distanced radio serving the Spanish Main area.
I'd tune in.
If you're a sailor of any stripe at all, and you're an English-speaking sailor, you
Right.
probably talk a lot about Nelson's blood.
Right.
Nelson's blood actually refers to any distilled spirit at all. There's a long story about this that goes, well, basically he died. They shoved him in a vat of brandy to get him home whole. That's the abridged story. And sailors drank from that barrel.
Like you do.
Yum.
Like you do.
So to a drop of Nelson's blood, and to all of you for joining us.
Cheers.
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 A drop of Nelson's blood wouldn't do us any harm.
A drop of Nelson's blood wouldn't do us any harm. A drop of Nelson's blood wouldn't do us any harm.
And
We'll all hang on behind, and we'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along, and we'll all hang on behind.
Well, a night on the shore wouldn't do us any harm.
Well, a night on the shore wouldn't do us any harm. A night on the shore wouldn't do us any harm, and we'll all hang on behind. And
Well, a night in the pub wouldn't do us any harm.
Well, a night in the pub wouldn't do us any harm. A night in the pub wouldn't do us any harm, and we'll all hang on behind. And we'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along, and we'll all hang on behind.
Jack's got
Oh,
first
a
round.
nice pint of ale wouldn't do us any harm.
A nice pint of ale wouldn't do us any harm. A nice pint of ale wouldn't do us any harm, and we'll all hang on behind.
Well, another pint of ale wouldn't do us any harm.
Another pint of ale wouldn't do us any harm. Another pint of ale wouldn't do us any harm, and we'll all hang on behind. And we'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along, and we'll all hang on behind.
Well, a fine glass of wine wouldn't do me any harm.
Well, a fine glass of wine wouldn't do us any harm. A fine glass of wine wouldn't do us any harm, and we'll all hang on behind.
Well, a nice tot of rum wouldn't do us any harm.
Well, a nice tot of rum wouldn't do us any harm. A nice tot of rum wouldn't do us any harm, and we'll all hang on behind. And we'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along, and we'll all hang on behind.
Oh, well, a mug full of rum wouldn't do us any harm.
A mug full of rum wouldn't do us any harm. A mug full of rum wouldn't do us any harm, and we'll all hang on behind. And
Well, a bucket full of rum wouldn't do us any harm.
a bucket full of rum wouldn't do us any harm. A bucket full of rum wouldn't do us any harm, and we'll all hang on behind. And we'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along, and we'll all hang on behind.
Well, a sidecar of gin wouldn't do us any harm.
A sidecar?
A sidecar, you know, like on the motorcycle. A full sidecar full of
And
gin.
we'll all hang on behind.
straw.
And we'll roll.
A buttload of brandy wouldn't do me any harm.
Well, a buttload of brandy wouldn't do us any harm, and we'll all hang on behind. And we'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along, and we'll all hang on behind.
Well, a ship
ton of whiskey wouldn't do us any harm.
A ship ton of whiskey wouldn't
How
do us any
progressive
harm.
of you.
A ship ton of whiskey wouldn't do us any harm. And we'll all hang on behind. And we'll face down on the floor.
Now, here's the
Wouldn't do
thing.
us any harm. Face down
Every
on
time
the
we sang the
floor.
chorus,
Wouldn't
that
do
actually,
us any
that's a
harm.
time lapse thing there.
Face down
So
on the
this is actually
floor.
several
Wouldn't
hours
do
into
us
this
any
endeavor.
harm.
Now,
And we'll all hang
this goes on and on and on, as you can well imagine, until the late hours. The late hours turn into wee hours, and the wee hours turn into slightly longer hours.
Well,
Before you know it, it's dawn.
Oh.
The sun is cresting over the bloody horizon. And we actually start making promises to ourselves, you know, like, I'm never gonna do this again.
never.
I mean, we're spent. The whole room is spent. Absolutely spent. But something always happens if sailors are involved.
There's
There's
that
always
little,
one.
there's that little
There's
prick
always one
Horatio.
that's sitting in the corner. His name is Horatio.
Prick.
And he'll stand up unsteadily at first, but then he'll gird his loins.
Oh, girding. Oh, no.
And he'll run his hand through his cascading hair well, use your imagination. He'll run his hands through his cascading hair, and he'll make sure that the mustaches are straight. And then he'll grab the bottom of his monkey coat and do a Picard maneuver. And everyone in the room will suddenly realize. They'll remember. Why is it that we are here? Why is it that we always come to participate in this fellowship of debauchery? And it's because of duty and honor to one's fellow man. And everyone reaches for a conspicuous shot.
The one that was left over.
And Horatio leads them all. A drop of Nelson's blood wouldn't do us any harm.
A drop of Nelson's blood wouldn't do us any harm. A drop of Nelson's blood wouldn't do us any harm.
And we'll all hang on behind, and we'll roll the old
Chariot along, we'll roll the old chariot along, we'll roll the old chariot along, and we'll all hang on behind.
cruising speed, if you
And
would.
we'll roll the old chariot along, we'll roll the old chariot along, we'll roll the old chariot along, and we'll all
Bring it up to
hang
battle
on
speed.
behind. And we'll roll the old chariot along, we'll roll the old chariot along, we'll roll the old chariot along, and we'll all hang on behind. And we'll roll the old chariot along, we'll roll the old chariot along, we'll roll the old chariot along, and we'll all hang on behind. Hey!
Cheers.
Cheers.
You drink now?
Oh, that feels good.
So, yeah, it's been about quarantining. We have not shared a space with each other since our last meeting at Weredocker Brewery way back in February. In fact, this is the longest vacation we've had from each other ever.
Boy, did it feel good.
All those sores cleared right up.
But we're under contractual obligation to do this, so begrudgingly we came together. Yeah, it wasn't like that at all. We couldn't wait to do this. One, to be with each other, but also to do this. This is the closest we're going to get to being with you all. And if we can only do it virtually for now, so be it. At least we get to be here with you.
Drinking
So-
all day.
Thank you for joining us.
And all
Day
night.
drinking. We promote Pyrates Royale. Promote day drinking. Thank you very much.
We believe in
Speaking of daydreaming, I was curious what Fifi has been doing over the quarantine period.
I've been safely quarantining by myself.
How's it going for you?
Did you take the brace off?
I'm fantasizing nightly.
About socializing with other people.
I've been nighticizing Fantley.
Sounds painful.
Oh, it
Been
is.
remembering the best of times, the worst of times.
And when they mingle together to make one
Sometimes
big
I confuse them.
conglomeration
The
of
mediocrity of time.
That's right.
For instance, when I was a serving maid down at Drury Lane, me master he was kind to me, me mistress was the same. Along came a sailor on shore at liberty, and oh, to my woe, he took liberties with me, singing the
Bell-bottom trousers, coats of navy blue. Let him climb the rigging like his daddy used to do.
It was at a ball I met him, he asked me for to dance. I knew he was a sailor by the way he wore his pants. His shoes were brightly polished, his hair was neatly combed. When the ball was over, he asked to see me home, singing the
Bell-bottom trousers, coats of navy blue. Let him climb the rigging like his daddy used to do.
Well, he asked me for a candlestick to light his way to bed. He asked me for a handkerchief to tie around his head. And I, a foolish maiden, thinking it no harm, I jumped right in the sailor's bed to keep that sailor warm.
Singing the bell-bottom trousers, coats of navy blue. Let him climb the rigging like his daddy used to do.
I knowed he was no Samson. That night he went to town. He laid me on my back till my blue eyes, they were brown. And early in the morning, afore the break of day, a 5-pound note he gave to me with these warning words to say. He said, take this, me darling, for the damage I have done. For you may have a daughter, or you may have a son. And if you have a daughter, then bounce her on your knee. But if you have a son, just
Send the bastard out to sea. Singing the bell-bottom trousers, coats of navy blue. Let him climb the rigging like his daddy used to do.
sing!
Bell-bottom trousers, coats of navy blue. Let him climb the rigging like his daddy used to do.
True story.
True story. I think you broke the internet with that one. Yeah. I felt it break inside of me.
I think it's great that you shared that very intimate, truthful story about yourselves with us and potentially bazillions of people out there who are all close friends. Sure, because they have to fill out a form to prove that, first of all, they're human.
True.
And secondly, they're inhuman enough to be fans of ours. So
It's true.
Yes.
We're number one in Karachi. I'm just pointing that out.
Yeah.
Number one.
You know, so since we're doing a tell-all
Delhi,
thing,
we're a solid number 2.
We're a
it's
solid
Louis'
number
turn to
2.
do a tell-all.
Well, this happened to a friend of mine.
Yes, it always does. It always does.
Dear Penthouse Forum.
She's your Polly. She's your Polly. She's your Polly on the shore. She was used, she was abused, she never knew she was a victim. Her drunken father's pleasure before she was half grown. Her ma ignored and she endured until one night in anger she broke a bottle on his head, launched out on her own.
So you can think that she's your Polly on the shore. She'll be your mother or your sister or your whore. She'll be waving till you're safely out of view. Then she's looking for another sailor gullible as you.
She headed down to Sailor Town, began her education. Polly knew the only way to win was fighting back. She learned the ropes, she fleeced the dope, she dreamt above a station. She kept half of everything she ever stole from Jack.
Sorry.
So you can think that she's your Polly on the shore. She'll be your mother or your sister or your whore. She'll be waving till you're safely out of view. Then she's looking for another sailor gullible as you.
When the crib said her ma was dead, she wished she could have cried. Rumors of her drunken murder spread to Sailor Town. Her pa went free with drunken glee, so Polly had him shanghaied. He woke up on a hell ship,
Yokohama bound. So you can think that she's your Polly on the shore. She'll be your mother or your sister or your whore. She'll be waving till you're safely out of view. Then she's looking for another sailor gullible as you.
Polly wines, Polly dines, she is quite the lady. She owns half of everything in dirty Sailor Town. Polly hires, Polly fires, and Polly says what may be. Oh, but maybe Polly can't forget enough to settle down.
So you can think that she's your Polly on the shore. She'll be your mother or your sister or your whore. She'll be waving till you're safely out of view. Then she's looking for another sailor gullible as you. So you can think that she's your Polly on the shore. She'll be your mother or your sister or your whore. She'll be waving till you're safely out of view. Then she's looking for another sailor, coastal fisherman or whaler, looking for another sailor, gullible as you.
She's your Polly. She's your Polly. She's your Polly on the shore.
That's a sad, happy song. It's a sappy song.
It's a sappy song. Yeah.
It's a harpy song.
It's a pad song.
I
It's a
thought about
pad
that
song.
one when I was in the barrel missing my friends. That's what I did in quarantine. I waited. Hello.
So we're doing the tell-all thing. I understand someone has a story about being bully.
I've got to say a special thank you. Come back here. A special thank you. Shout out to Sarah Newbury. Thank you so much.
Thank
you,
you, Sarah.
That reminds me,
Shut
if
that
you'd
front
like to send us, a tip for being so amazing, at the bottom of your screen is a little thing you can type into, and $5, $10, $50 gets you a song request.
It's easier that way. You don't want us coming to your house.
$100 gets you Captain Moon for a night
Just one.
Of conversation.
of
Just
conversation.
one night, though.
$105 gets you a night plus plus.
A
Yes.
drink and conversation.
Right.
That's right. We'll probably play with my Lego sets because I've got all kinds of pirate-themed Lego sets.
Oh, sorry.
Go.
Carry on.
Go. So you talked about a song about
A
taking
tell-all, a
yeah
tell-all.
a tell-all. So this is about taking responsibility, right? If you had enough to drink and you're on shore, sometimes you start to wiggle about as you're walking and maybe can't quite keep a straight
I
line.
call it a warble.
Yeah.
It's a warble.
I'll call it Tuesday.
I got another
Sadly.
Tuesday. Yeah.
Sadly.
So this is a song about that. So help me, Bob, I'm bully in the alleyway. Hey, bully in the alley. Help me, Bob, I'm bully in the alley. Bully down in Shinbone now. The finest flower in all the valley. Way, hey, bully in the alley. Here's my one and only Sally. Bully down in Shinbone now. So help me, Bob, I'm bully in the alleyway. Hey, bully in the alley. Help me, Bob, I'm bully in the alley. Bully down in Shinbone now. For 7 long years I courted Sally. Way, hey, bully in the alley. But all she did was dilly-dally. Bully down in Shinbone now. So help me, Bob, I'm bully in the alley. Way, hey, bully in the alley. Help me, Bob, I'm bully in the alley. Bully down in Shinbone now. Oh, pretty little Sal, what is the matter? Way, hey, bully in the alley. She's a pretty gal, but I can't get at her. Bully down in Shinbone now. So help me, Bob, I'm bully in the alley. Way, hey, bully in the alley. Help me, Bob, I'm bully in the alley. Bully down in Shinbone now. I'll leave Sal and I'll be a sailor. Way, hey, bully in the alley. I'll ship on board of a northbound whaler. Bully down in Shinbone now. So help me, Bob, I'm bully in the alley. Way, hey, bully in the alley. Help me, Bob, I'm bully in the alley. Bully down in Shinbone now. When I get back, I'll marry Sally. Way, hey, bully in the alley. We'll have so many kids that we'll count them by the tally. Bully down in Shinbone now. So help me, Bob, I'm bully in the alley. Way, hey, bully in the alley. Help me, Bob, I'm bully in the alley. Bully down in Shinbone now. Help me, Bob, I'm bully in the alley. Way, hey, bully in the alley. Help me, Bob, I'm bully in the alley. Bully down in Shinbone now.
Up you go.
Excellent. Well,
That's beautiful.
I'd just like to point out that song could also be about social distancing, and I'd like to point out that you might notice that during this live stream, we are all completely and fully socially distanced, and we're singing towards a blazing, well, soon to be non-smoldering fire.
Cat's putting his
Do it
log
again,
on
do
the
it
fire.
again.
we're about to sing towards a blazing captain, and that
can
will
only do
fully
it once.
dissipate all germs. We hope.
I can't even smell them.
I know.
That's
Good
key.
I
thing.
think it's time for a word from our sponsor. Tonight is beer. Numbing the embarrassment of being you.
Yes.
Everyone quiet? Ready? Ready? Isn't that a refreshing, effervescent sound? It's fabulous.
I can't move.
I'm gonna make that my ringtone.
It's in the immortal words of Nick Robertshaw. Here's to beer that tastes like beer, an amber glass of wholesome cheer, a noble brew without one peer, beer that tastes like beer. That was lovely. Let's all have a social.
Oh, thank you.
Social. You too.
Cheers. I hope you've provisioned.
Right. Let cheese be cheese. Let bread be bread.
Right.
Don't serve us soap or sponge instead.
Spotted dick.
Some sausages might cause some fear.
Lots of
Mystery
sausages.
meat.
Spotted dick.
Mystery meat, yes. For goodness sake, let beer be beer. So here's to beer that tastes like beer, an amber glass of wholesome cheer, a noble brew without one peer, beer that tastes like beer. And we drink.
No, that's well said.
For centuries, the brewer's craft has produced a most exquisite draft. When they brew with what they ought of:
Which is?
barley, hops, malt yeast, and water.
That's your 5 a day.
Your
That's
five,
five
a
a
day.
day.
It's a
Pyramid.
public health concern. So here's to beer that tastes like beer, an amber glass of wholesome cheer, a noble brew without one peer, beer that tastes like beer. You know the drill, and we drink.
Oh, great.
And
Among our most requested favors, please avoid exotic flavors.
for us.
Fruits and nuts and spices queer, they've got no place in honest beer.
True.
So here's to beer that tastes like beer, an amber glass of wholesome cheer, a noble brew without one peer, beer that tastes like beer. Should be on autopilot now. So hold the bung, don't drive the spile, on concoctions rank with adjuncts vile.
Oh, well said. Well, good word, you
Nick
Scatman.
Robertshaw, that
Good
is
word.
brilliant. Cornflakes, rice, and rats from sewers are fine for cooks, but not for brewers.
True.
I mean, standards.
True.
Standards. So here's to beer that tastes like beer, an amber glass of wholesome cheer, a noble brew without one peer, beer that tastes like beer. And we drink. So to recap, stick with what is right and true, a beery tasting, smelling brew. Then you will earn our highest rating, refreshing yet intoxicating. One more time with that chorus, everybody! Here's to beer that tastes like beer, an amber glass of wholesome cheer,
a noble brew without one peer. Beer that tastes like beer, that smells like beer, that is like beer.
True story.
Yep, cheers. And cheers. Well said, Captain.
It's so true. It's so real.
It's perfect. It's 1 beer's long.
It's 1 beer's long
That
song.
song is exactly 1 beer long.
I think we should do a song in honor of the military.
Which one?
Well, General Taylor gained the day. Walk him along, John, carry him along. Well, General Taylor gained the day.
Carry him to his burying ground.
Tell me
Way stormy. Walk him along, John, carry him along.
Tell me
Way stormy. Carry him to his burying ground.
We'll dig his grave with a silver spade.
Walk him along, John, carry him along.
His shroud of the finest silk will be made.
Carry him to his burying ground.
Tell me
Way stormy. Walk him along, John, carry him along.
Tell me way
Stormy. Carry him to his burying ground.
We'll lower him down on a golden chain.
Walk him along, John, carry him along.
On every inch we'll carve his name.
Carry him to his burying ground.
Tell me
Way stormy. Walk him along, John, carry him along.
Tell me way
Stormy. Carry him to his burying ground.
Well, General Taylor, he's all a-go.
Walk him along, John, carry him along.
He's gone where the stormy winds don't blow.
Carry him to his burying ground.
Tell me
Way stormy. Walk him along, John, carry him along.
Tell me way
Stormy. Carry him to his burying ground.
Well, General Taylor, he's all dead and gone.
Walk him along, John, carry him along.
Well, General Taylor, he's long dead and gone.
Carry him to his burying ground.
Tell me
Way stormy. Walk him along, John, carry him along.
Tell me way
Stormy. Carry him to his burying ground.
Tell me
Way stormy. Walk him along, John, carry him along.
Tell me
Way stormy. Carry him to his burying ground.
Very well.
Did you order those clouds there for me?
Yeah, just for you.
Well, you said you gave up smoking. Oh, a shout out to Julie Ford. Thank you so much for the tip. And no, that's it.
Get with it.
Good tip. Don't bet on easy money in the 4th.
Thank you, Julie.
Absolutely.
Take General Taylor and a
General
fifth.
Taylor.
And a fifth.
Alex, I'll take General Taylor and a 5th, please. For the 5th.
Nice, nice.
Oh, waiting on you.
No, this is fascinating.
Put
Oh, this
down
is
your wood
fascinating.
there.
It's like NASCAR. You're there for the accident.
Oh, and a shout out to Sarah, who sent us a nice tip. Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you, Sarah.
Gone through. Carolyn, we saw that. Donna, thank you. Donna Blood. Oh, love
Donna.
you,
Thank you, Donna.
Oh,
Thank you so much.
Donna.
And Christopher Reeves, not that Christopher
Posthumously.
Reeves, sent us a nice tip. Thank you. And Paul Mintz, thank you so much.
Thank you, Paul.
I feel
Thank
like
you.
we're at a telethon.
Yes,
A pirate
yes,
telethon.
yes. Only you
Jennifer.
can save piracy.
Jennifer, thank you so much. You know who
You're
you
welcome.
are.
Jerry
there,
Lewis will
Jack.
be here in 10 minutes.
Somebody named Darkfire sent us something. Oh, Rain. Thank you, Rain. Thank you so much.
for staying away.
Sarah, thank you. Benjamin, thank you.
Thank you, Benjamin.
Gen Z, thank you, Jen.
Oh, Jen.
Jen and
We
Tommy,
miss you,
thank
Jen
you.
and
Anna,
Tommy.
Anna, thank you. Oh, they're from North Carolina. Want to hear Lever Johnny? Oh, we'll take that under consideration.
Yeah, we may be able to do that.
We might be able to do that. Oh, Margaret, you're a doll, Margaret. Almost enough to take him home. Thank you. You can always tip more. Julie, thank you. And that's it for now.
You've almost covered Jack's tab.
Yes, right.
Almost,
How many
almost,
people are joining us from not live? Thank you, live
Thank
studio
you,
audience.
live studio
How,
audience.
how many people are joining us online right now?
Prove to them that you're actually there.
Make some
Yip
noise.
and holler.
Thousands of them, thousands.
That's my family right there.
All 6 feet apart.
6 people.
All right, nice.
Nice. Great.
That's respectable. We have to do something about that.
Oh, Captain, did I see that you was in my cabin last night reading the letter what I was writing home on?
Yes, that's exactly what I was doing. I wasn't doing any other things that you might suspect me of doing. Yes.
Do I smell different when I'm asleep?
Yes, very much so. yes. Downy fresh.
Trying to write a letter to my family, whom I haven't seen in 17 long, painful, intolerable years.
Right, Jack. Look, I think it's best that you just share that with all of us and our studio audience as
Is
well.
this group therapy again?
We're all aren't we all friends here? Yes. We're all discreet friends.
I did a very bad thing.
The worst.
Forgive me, Captain, for I've sinned. It's a letter to my family. It starts, Ma.
Good lad, you've got it.
Ma.
You've got it.
Mama just killed a man, put some rum against his head, popped my cork and now he's dead. Mama, the night had just begun, so tap another can and carry on. Mama,
Where'd my rum go?
I'm sad the keg is dry. If I'm not drunk again this time tomorrow, carry on, 'cause we're only drunken sailors. 2, 3, 4. What do you do with a drunken sailor? What do you do with a drunken sailor? What do you do with a drunken sailor? Lie in the morning. Way up she rises, way up she rises, way up she rises, early in the morning.
Shave his head with a rusty razor.
Shave his head with a rusty razor, shave his head with a rusty razor, lie in the morning. Way up she rises, way up she rises, way up she rises, early in the morning.
Well, put him in the longboat till he's sober.
Put him in the longboat till he's sober, put him in the longboat till he's sober, early in the morning. Way up she rises, way up she rises, way up she rises, early in the morning.
So what do you do with a drunken sailor?
What do you do with a drunken sailor? What do you do with a drunken sailor? Early in the morning. Way up she rises, way up she rises, way up she rises, early in the morning.
I send him to a 12-step program.
Send him to a 12-step program. Send him to a 12-step program, early in the morning. Way up she rises, way up she rises, way up she rises, early in the morning.
Put him in the scuppers with a hose bag on him.
Put him in the scuppers with a hose bag on him. Put him in the scuppers with a hose bag on him, early in the morning.
Mouthful.
Way up she rises, way up she rises, way up she rises, early in the morning.
So what do you do with a drunken sailor?
What do you do with a drunken sailor? What do you do with a drunken sailor? Early in the morning. Way up up she rises, way head up she rises, way head up she rises early in the morning.
We'll draw a knob on his face with a Sharpie.
Draw a knob on his face with a Sharpie, draw a knob on his face with a Sharpie early in the morning. Way head up she rises, way head up she rises, way head up she rises early in the morning.
Draw a face on his knob with a Sharpie.
Draw a face on his knob with a Sharpie, draw a face on his knob with a Sharpie early in the morning. Way head up she rises, way head up she rises, way head up she rises early in the morning.
And that's what you do
With a drunken sailor, that's what you do with a drunken sailor, that's what you do with a drunken sailor early in the morning. Way head up she rises, way head up she rises, way head up she rises early in the morning.
Come to the Magnolia.
Get pissed!
Oh, social. It's time for social.
Social.
I hope everyone at home has been socializing with libations because you need to hydrate. Hydration's important. Life is too short to dehydrate.
Well, it's fake.
Valerie, thank you. Love you. Kisses. Mwah.
Captain, I would like to do a reading from the book of the book of Shanties, the book of Hugel.
Ooh.
It's upside down. I didn't realize it was upside down. Sorry.
There we go.
Yes. All right, while you find the page, I've also got to say, Valerie, thank you.
Valerie.
Sharon, thank you, sweetie. I'm watching you.
We
No,
are.
wait, you're watching me.
That's not creepy
That's
at all.
No.
No.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's because of your contributions that we might be able to end our reign of terror on your streets.
True story. She lives in Baltimore. She feels that. pain.
Soon they're going to remove the restraining order.
And
Not
the boot.
from you.
So, a reading from the book of Hugel.
A reading from the book of Hugel. We'll work tomorrow, but no work today.
John Kanaka-naka-too-lie-yay.
We'll work tomorrow, but no work today.
John Kanaka-naka-too-lie-yay.
Too-lie-yay,
Oh, too-lie-yay. John Kanaka-naka-too-lie-yay.
We're bound away for Frisco Bay.
John Kanaka-naka-too-lie-yay.
We're bound away for Frisco Bay.
John Kanaka-naka-too-lie-yay.
Too-lie-yay,
Oh, too-lie-yay. John Kanaka-naka-too-lie-yay.
We're bound away around Cape
Hey!
Horn.
John Kanaka-naka-too-lie-yay.
You wish to Christ you'd never been born.
John Kanaka-naka-too-lie-yay.
Too-lie-yay,
Oh, too-lie-yay. John Kanaka-naka-too-lie-yay.
Oh, hollow, ho, oh, hollow way.
John Kanaka-naka-too-lie-yay.
Oh, hollow way till the break of day.
John Kanaka-naka-too-lie-yay.
Too-lie-yay,
Oh, too-lie-yay. John Kanaka-naka-too-lie-yay.
Too-lie-yay,
Oh, too-lie-yay. John Kanaka-naka-too-lie-yay.
True story.
Well done. He just learned that song today, which is why he was reading it.
Just learned to read today. too.
Literally just learned
learned
to
to
read
read
today, too. and only in Aramaic.
Stories are important. Life is made up of stories. He who dies with the most stories is a liability to your friends, so always try and accumulate more stories.
Well, speaking of a story, Captain, you know, I think you should tell one of your favorites.
Do you want a pirate story time?
Pirate story.
All right.
Thank you,
All right.
Jacqueline. This story's for you, Jackie.
Oh.
Yes. And it's a story that has to be told. Just
Over
say
and
over and over again. Ad nauseum. I need a drink. Have a social.
Yes,
Social.
everyone should
Ben,
drink up. This
Ben,
one's everyone
thank
should.
you. If this is the
Shut
Ben
up.
I know, you're in Carolina. Thank you so much. Sean, thank you, Sean. Thank you, John Lennon. You're dead. Sorry. That's all I got. Keep the hits coming.
The story starts like this, like every great story. It was a something and something night. We had no idea what that something and something was because we chose to stay in the pub all evening. Oh, we was all at the old Dun Cow. We was playing a game of chance one night. When in rushed Jones, was all a quiver, his face were a ghastly white. What's up, says Brown, have you seen a ghost? Have you seen your bleeding Aunt Mariah?
Is that what he sounded like?
He's actually very excited. Have you seen your bleeding Aunt Mariah? But it's not so poetic when you say it. Well, me Aunt Mariah be buggered, says he.
Dirty words.
The bleeding pub's on fire, and
There was Brown upside down, lapping up the whiskey on the floor. And booze, booze, the firemen cried as they came a knocking at the door. Well, don't let 'em in till it's all drunk up. Somebody shouted McIntyre.
That's you guys.
that's
Use
your
your
part.
lips, ma'am. Use your lips.
There's dozens.
So
Let's
much
try it again.
easier when you.
Shout McIntyre when you hear us say, somebody shouted McIntyre. And we all got blue, blind, paralytic drunk when the old Dun Cow caught fire. So then Brown says, what a bit of luck, what a bit of luck, cried he. We'll all go down to the cellar, me boys, and we'll all have a rare old spree. So we all goes down with good old Brown, the booze we could not miss, and we had not been 10 minutes or more till we was all quite pissed. Drunk, schnockered, plastered. Nothing has the pure style and bon vivance of pissed.
I think it's French.
I think there's.
I'm
vomit
gonna
on
go
my
out tonight.
shoes.
What are you gonna do? Gonna get pissed. And
There was Brown upside down, lapping up the whiskey on the floor. And booze, booze, the firemen cried as they came a knocking at the door. Well, don't let 'em in till it's all drunk up. Somebody shouted McIntyre. And we all got blue, blind, paralytic drunk when the old Dun Cow caught fire.
so then Brown went to the old port tub. He was giving it a few hard knocks, and he started taking off his pantaloons, likewise his shoes and socks. You can't do that. You can't do that. You can't do that there, here. Ask me why not.
Why not?
It's very good. Well, to wash them filthy trotters in the very finest wine.
Yeah.
When we've got some very chic microbrew raspberry, honey, wheat, and cardamom, pumpkin spice beer.
Might as well put
Make
juju bees in it.
Oh, Skittles.
And there was Brown. He was
Upside down, he was lapping up the whiskey on the floor. And booze, booze, the firemen cried as they came a knocking at the door. Well, don't let 'em in till it's all drunk up. Somebody shouted McIntyre. And we all got blue, blind, paralytic drunk when the old Dun Cow caught fire.
So then there came through the old back door the vicar of the local church. And when he saw our drunken ways, he began to scream and curse. You drunken clods, you simple sods, you've taken to a drunken spree. You've drunk all the Benedictine brandy now, you drunken bastards. He was once a sailor.
They put the piss in Episcopalian.
That's
didn't they?
right, that's it. But you didn't save a drop for me. And
There was Brown upside down, he was lapping up the whiskey on the floor. And booze, booze, the firemen cried as they came a knocking at the door. Well, don't let 'em in till it's all drunk up. Somebody shouted McIntyre.
Home! Type it in all caps.
That's right. All caps Friday. Stop yelling at me. And we all got blue, blind, paralytic drunk when the old tongue cow got fired. Well, then there came such a bloody great crash. Half the bleeding roof gave way. We was all nearly drowned by the fire brigade, but still we was gonna stay.
Right there.
So we got some sacks and some old tin tacks. We nailed ourselves inside. It's like Santa's drunken elves. That's drunken industry. That's what made the Industrial Revolution as perpetually dangerous as it was. And then we got to drinking the very finest Hendrick's gin.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Oh yeah, that's right. Social distancing.
Oh, now you got some in the cup.
Which we take unceasingly serious.
Does that work? Does that help?
You spit on it first. Yeah.
Well, then we got to drinking the very finest Hendrick's gin till we was bleary. If I were a drunkard.
All day long I'd drink a little rum if I were a drunken man. Hey!
I'm sorry, I was miles away just then. And there was Brown. He was
Upside down, he was lapping up the whiskey on the floor. And booze, booze, the firemen cried as they came a knocking at the door. Well, don't let him in till it's all drunk up. Somebody shouted McIntyre.
And we all got blue,
Blind, paralytic, drunk when the old tongue cow caught fire.
Well, later that night, when the fire burned out, we came up from the cellar below. Our booze was drunk.
No.
Our pub was burned.
Oh, no.
Our heads was hanging low.
Other head, Jack.
Mighty low. Then I looks at Brown with a look right queer. It seems something had raised his ire. Now we gotta get down to Murphy's pub. It closes on the hour, and
There was Brown, upside down, he was lapping up the whiskey on the floor. And booze, booze, the firemen cried as they came a knocking at the door. Well, don't let him in till it's all drunk up. Somebody shouted McIntyre.
And we
All got blue, blind, paralytic piss.
hear that? That's the gas leak that was happening in the back room at the pub when the night of the...
Right, Captain, because you said, here, Jack, take this lit candle, crawl through the floor and see where that gas leak's coming from.
We got the result we wanted. When the old dun cow got
Sounded like
McIntyre.
bagpipes dying. And I meant the song.
How many sheeps died for that?
What's the most egregious noise known to man? The sound of a pair of bagpipes hitting a banjo in the bottom of a dumpster.
All right.
That's the egregious
Thank you to Dina. Thank you, Dina.
Thank you,
Lovely
Dina.
lass. I'll be over later. Ron.
She'll be
Oh,
over.
hello, Ron.
We love you, Ron.
Screenshots,
man,
Ron.
Ron.
Screenshots. One word. Screenshots.
And Mary or Marie. You might be French. I don't know. I'm not an ableist. And Samantha. Thank you so much, darling. Love your work. Love your show, babe. And Yvonne.
Yvonne.
We'll always have that time, that
Jacqueline.
summer at band camp.
Jacqueline, son of Christopher. Thank you so much.
That's Jake
We love
Quellen.
you. Jay Quellen.
Yes.
Where are we at? Our peeps. Oh, yeah. Some Island music.
by the rivers of Babylon, where we sat down, and there we wept when we remembered Zion. Oh, for the wicked carry us away, captivity required from us a song. How can we sing King Alpha's song in a strange land? So let the words of our mouth and the meditations of our hearts be acceptable in thy sight. Override by the rivers of Babylon, where we sat down, and there we wept when we remembered Zion. Oh, for the wicked carry us away, captivity required from us a song. How can we sing King Alpha's song in a strange land? Mother, Mother Ocean, I've heard you call, wanted to sail upon your waters since I was 3 feet tall. You've seen it all, you've seen it all. Watch the men who rowed you switch from sails to steam. In your belly you hold the treasures few have ever seen. Most of them dreams, most of them dreams. Yes, I am a pirate, 200 years too late. Cannons don't thunder, there's nothing to plunder. I'm an over 40 victim of fate. Arriving too late, arriving too late. So for the wicked carry us away, captivity required from us a song. How can we sing King Alpha's song in a strange land? How can we sing King Alpha's song in a strange land? Rum, 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 rum.
There's no better place than a sailing ship to get your education. You learn how to tie the ratlins down. You drink up your rum ration. So me grandfather and me sailed on the sloop John B. Round Nassau town we did roam. Drinking all night,
drinking all night.
got into a fight. Oh,
Yeah.
and I feel so break up.
You know
I wanna go home.
Rum, 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 rum.
So hoist up the John B.
Hoist up the John B.
See how the mainsail
See
set.
how the mainsail set.
Call for the captain ashore. Let me go home.
Let me go home.
I wanna go home.
Rum, 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 rum.
Please let me go home.
Yeah.
Well, I feel so break up.
You know
I wanna go home.
Rum, 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 rum.
So we ferried the ladies from Nassau town like the other sailing boats.
Rum, rum.
There was 23 trunks down in that hold full of laces and petticoats. So they first mate, he got drunk.
Rum, rum,
He break in the ladies' trunks.
rum, rum, rum.
Constable, come on board, he take him away.
Take him away.
Sheriff Johnstone,
Sheriff Johnstone,
please let me alone.
feel so break up.
You know
I wanna go home.
Rum, 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 rum.
So hoist up the John B.
Hoist up the John B.
See how the mainsail
See how
set.
the mainsail set.
Call for the captain ashore. Please
let me go home. Let me go home.
Let me go home.
Let me go home.
I want
To
to
go
go home.
home. Yeah.
Well, I
feel so break up.
You know
I wanna go home.
Rum, 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 rum.
While sailing
rum,
aboard
rum,
the sloop
rum,
John
rum,
B,
rum,
we
rum,
eat
rum,
food of the very
rum,
best.
Rum, rum, rum,
But
rum,
Cookie, he
rum, rum,
never
rum,
calls
rum,
it
rum, rum.
food. He only
calls
calls it
it
a
a
mess. So Cookie, he took to fits.
He took the
He threw
fits.
away all the
He
grits.
threw away all my grits.
Then he took and he threw away all of the
my
corn.
All of the corn.
Let me go home.
Rum, rum,
me
rum,
go
rum.
I wanna go
home. Yeah.
Well, this is the worst trip
you know
I've ever been on.
Rum, 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 rum.
So hoist up the John B.
Hoist up the John
sails.
B.
See how the
sails.
mainsail
See
sets.
how the mainsail sets.
Call for the captain
ashore.
ashore. Please
Let me go home. Let me go
I
home.
wanna go home.
Rum, 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 rum.
Please let me go
home. Yeah.
Well, this is the worst trip
you know
I've ever been on.
Rum, 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 rum.
No, this ain't the last trip
You know.
I'll ever go home.
Rum, 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 rum.
For the wicked
Carry us away, captivity required from us a song. How can we sing King Alpha's song in a strange land?
I'm verklempt.
That's exhausting.
I'm dripping.
Do you see what 3 minutes of rehearsal does for us? It's incredible.
It's like you wouldn't have known we'd rehearsed that. I know. I saw what time. Yeah.
It's been so long since we've actually seen each other in person, we needed introductions. But mainly because introductions always involve drinks. So that was really the reason.
We
And
have
speaking of
lots of
drinking-
introductions.
Speaking of drinking, who else has given us tips?
I'll tell you what. Why don't you fellow get a social and I'll read off the tip list. Let's see. Dina.
Yeah.
Dina. Thank you so much. Lindsay.
I love you, Lindsay.
Love you,
Lindsay. Hey.
Sarah, thank you so much.
Sarah
You're lovely.
smiles.
Sarah smile. Because your sister's on my lip. Alexandra. Or is it Alexandra? Or Alexandra?
Alexandretta.
Alexandretta. I think I've been there. And that's it. If we haven't said your name and you sent us money, it's because Gmail stinks.
If we haven't said your name, it was by complete accident, but we will assign a proxy. So whenever we say thank you, Heathcliff.
Heathcliff.
That's you.
That's you.
We're thinking about you.
Heathcliff.
it.
Thinking
Love you,
about you.
babe.
I think we should have a toast.
Thank you, Heathcliff.
Social?
Here's to
Anyone-
Heathcliff.
Anyone social? To Heathcliff?
Heathcliff.
To Heathcliff and all the other Heathcliffs.
Clive's. Heathclive.
That's right.
It's all
Is it
right if I do a sidecar.
Heathcliff I? Yes.
Heathcliff always has been fond of sidecars.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yes.
Full
Yeah.
of gin.
Full of shit.
Full of gin.
Cheers.
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 Oh, did I miss something?
Oh, that's good.
I guess it's last call at the bar.
What?
Oh,
Shut the
no.
front door.
Well, I mean, it is that time of day when someone should be saying out loud on a weekend like this that most people aren't together, but they want to be together, but they aren't because it didn't happen, that it's last call at the bar, and it's only time for one more song.
Do you have something in your eye? Because you've got this weird thing with the...
Stubbs, you're so
Sometimes the
They
smoke
didn't
gets in
respond
your
to
eyes.
drunk.
You're so drunk.
You said it completely wrong. You have to say it more sincerely. I'm afraid that we've reached a point in... not that this hasn't been a lovely, lovely evening.
And it's not your fault.
It's not your fault.
It's our fault.
It's not your fault that Daddy drinks. It's
I mean, it's because you cry.
Yes, it's because you cry so bloody much.
I would like to say,
It's not
if
your.
you- please, please.
No,
no,
Lefty,
please,
no, go.
no, please, please.
No, you please.
Welcome to
Gentlemen.
Passive Aggressive Theatre.
No, you please.
It's
No,
passed.
no,
It
no,
really
please.
has
You.
passed
I
now.
just
Thank you, Jack.
wanted everyone to know you can subscribe to us on YouTube. You can find us on Spotify. You can go to our store at piratesroyale.com and buy some lovely merchandise.
Calm.
That's what I said. and yeah, follow us on Spotify. And if you want to hear more than one song,
We could be bought.
you know what to do.
Yeah.
You challenge
shameless.
throne.
We said 1 hour, but I mean,
We're at that. It's been an hour.
It's been
So
an
we're
hour.
gonna say it again. I'm afraid we only have time for one more song.
And the internet wept.
It's a damn tough life, full of toil and strife we whaler men undergo. And we don't give a damn when the gale is done, how hard the winds did blow. We're homeward bound from the Arctic round with a good ship taut and free. And we don't give a damn when we drink our round with the girls of old Maui. Rolling down to old Maui, me boys rolling down to old Maui. We're homeward bound from the Arctic round, rolling down to old Maui. Once more we sail with the northerly gale through the ice and wind and rain. Them coconut fronds, them tropical lands we soon shall see again. 6 hellish months have passed away in the cold Kamchatka Sea. But now we're bound from the Arctic round, rolling down to old Maui. Rolling down to old Maui, me boys rolling down to old Maui. We're homeward bound from the Arctic round, rolling down to old Maui. Once more we sail with the northerly gale towards our island home. Our mainmast sprung and our whaling done, and we ain't got far to roam. Our stunsail boom is carried away, what care we for that sound? A living gale is after us, thank God we're homeward bound. Rolling down to old Maui, me boys rolling down to old Maui. We're homeward bound from the Arctic round, rolling down to old Maui. How soft the breeze through the island trees, now the ice is far astern. Them pretty maids in them tropical glades, they're waiting our return. Even now their big black eyes look out, hoping some fine day to see our baggy sails running for the gales, rolling down to old Maui. Rolling down to old Maui, me boys rolling down to old Maui. We're homeward bound from the Arctic round, rolling down to old Maui. That was lovely.
It was lovely.
I think we only have time for one more song.
I'm afraid that we've recalculated, and it appears that we only have time for one more song.
We've never been too good at the
Well,
maths.
Kirsten saved it.
Kirsten.
Thank you, Kirsten. Thank you from the
Right
bottom
in
of
under the
my,
wire.
My
Heart.
Heart.
Okay, I'm afraid we only have time for 2 more songs.
Oh, John.
And then that's it. Because we've got integrity, is that the word? We've
something.
got integrity.
Unless,
We-
unless
Yes.
you know what to do.
pay for play.
Pirate, who knew? Pirates can be
Quid
bought.
pro quo.
Quid pro quo. Or paint me orange and call me Dunny.
Wait, if we're being bought, doesn't that make us privateers?
No. It makes us legitimate businessmen, is what it makes us.
Okay, legitimate.
Legitimate
That's the
businessmen. That's right.
legit-
Privateers have a license. That's like going to AA. I'm sorry, I just drink a lot. I just,
We're professionals.
yeah.
What?
Leave her, Johnny.
Oh, sure.
Let's do it. We haven't rehearsed it, but let's do it anyway.
We did have a
So let's
request
go
for
ahead.
it.
What would stop us from doing something we haven't rehearsed in over a year?
Over a year.
Not
Well
enough
over
alcohol.
Remember,
Not
we
enough alcohol.
the lot of us had not been together, gathered as a group until 24 hours ago, and about 22 hours of that has been spent heavily drinking. But we did get, 45 minutes?
Yeah,
Well,
42
there was
and a
breakfast.
half.
We got about 22 minutes of rehearsal in,
No, but
and
we
that was
drank
for
during
you.
breakfast,
But
so
it wasn't continuous minutes.
No,
Not linear.
22
Not
minutes.
linear.
some of the minutes
here,
went on for
3 here.
forever, what seemed an eternity.
It's like
but
the
that's-
month of April.
Yes.
Some of it was spent in my tent. Yeah, just all by myself, rehearsing.
Yes.
That's
yes.
what I called it, and I'm sticking to that story.
Yeah.
stick it
Rehearsing and
Sticky is
venting.
right.
Lots of venting.
Wow.
Sticking to that story.
All right. Yes. A song that was written in honor of British ships when they're taken out of service. That's what this song is actually about. Taking. How shameless of you. Very good.
Well done. Well
I thought
played.
We was
See that social distance in
integrated.
pirate style. You can find them
Integrative.
on our website.
Product placement.
Sorry. Not.
I thought I heard the old man say, "Leave her, Johnny, leave her. It's a long, hard pull to the next payday, and it's time for us to leave her. Leave her, Johnny, leave, oh Johnny, leave her, leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, the voyage is done, and the winds don't blow, and it's time for us to leave her."
Well, the old south wind, she doth rage and blow.
Leave her, Johnny, leave her.
But around the horn, the ship must go.
And it's time for us to leave her. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, the voyage is done, and the winds don't blow, and it's time for us to leave her.
Oh, my dear mother, she wrote to me.
Leave her, Johnny, leave her.
Oh, Jack, my son, come home from sea.
And it's time for us to leave her. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, the voyage is done, and the winds don't blow, and it's time for us to leave her.
Well, I'm often drunk, and I've got no class.
Leave her, Johnny, leave her.
And you better stand upwind, 'cause I've got gas. And it's time for us to leave. Beans, I'm so
her.
sorry.
Not what I was
Chili.
thinking.
Leave her, Johnny. We are nothing like a class. Oh, leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, the voyage is done, and the winds don't blow, and it's time for us to leave her. Now the old pier head is drawing nigh.
Leave her, Johnny, leave her.
And that means it's time to say goodbye. And it's time for us to leave her. Leave her, Johnny, leave her, leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, the voyage is done, and the winds don't blow, and it's time for us to leave her.
Leave her, Johnny, leave Johnny, leave her, Johnny, leave her. Ah, the voyage is done, and the winds don't blow, and it's time for us to leave her.
Oh, nice.
Without a minute of rehearsal, that's
That's not bad.
Yeah.
It sucked a lot less than I thought it might.
Is there nothing alcohol can't do? I ask you.
It's a miracle drug.
Well,
Oh, Stuart says thank you, and he'd like to hear one more song.
Oh, one
lovely.
more.
well, he's lucky because we recalculated, and I'm afraid we only have time for 2 more songs.
Incredible.
You know, it's amazing how life gives you a bunch of lemons and you throw them at someone and drink their gin.
Lemons to gin.
Yes.
It's like water to wine.
I've turned lemons into gin, and I've turned gin into old water.
Bad choices.
Grey water. Bad choice.
You know, I got to say something. It being with you, being in this space, being at this time of night, makes me feel almost religious.
Yeah, there's something very reverent about this.
Yes.
Really
This
is.
setting. It's almost like a cathedral, really. Like you said, it's
Just throw it all in.
if
throw it all
only
in.
we could
throw
be
it all in.
moved
All in.
by spirits.
A bonfire.
The spirit. If only we had a reason to
You're doing it.
to celebrate
Don't do it. Don't do it.
life itself.
I tried to stop it.
Hey, Captain.
I've got an idea.
Oh my God, everyone,
Louie.
Brother
Brother
Louie.
Louie.
It's Brother Louie.
Got some new shoes, too.
Those are all about.
You like that?
Oh, God.
If my daddy had these, I'd have had more brothers and sisters.
Where the healings have
You're adopted, aren't you?
As far as you know. All right. Those of you who are not familiar with this, by the end of this, I want you to be sitting in your kitchen or on your couch or wherever you are,
Lying in bed,
lying
writhing.
in bed sometimes.
It's like The Exorcist,
Yes, yes.
And I want you
filled with spirits.
to wake up everybody else in your house. Wake them up, not necessarily because they're asleep, but wake them up
It's
to
the
the
drunk.
ways of proper libation. For there are times, particularly in these quarantine times, where we have faced trials and tribulations. We have been
Tribulation.
forced at home to make ends meet. We have stretched our resources as far and as fast as we can. Do you realize there have been times when I have cut my rum with, I'm not proud of it, but with a little bit of water?
Come on now.
Oh,
Hydration.
Just saying. Waste not, want not, and I can get every last drop out of that bottle. But I tell you, brothers and sisters, by the time that this quarantine is over, by the time that we can join in convivial celebration, by the time we can come up to the bar and tell that barkeep, this is what I want to drink today, and you're going to give it to me because I'm right here, and I'm going to hand you some money.
Satisfaction.
On those days, we will look back on this, and we will just remember a quiet prayer
Once the plane goes over.
once the plane goes over.
My brother never stopped believing.
Aerodynamication.
BWification.
I had troubles with my tribulations.
You and Harvey Mudd.
This dirty town has been my home since the last time I was sailing. But I'll not stay another day. I'd rather go whaling. Oh,
Lord above, send down a dove with beak as sharp as razors to cut the throats of them there blokes what sells bad beer to sailors.
paid off me score.
Make it right.
And then ashore, me money soon was flying. with Judy Lee all on my knee, and in my ear a lion. Oh, Lord above,
Send down a dove with beak as sharp as razors to cut the throats of them there blokes what sells bad beer to sailors.
with me newfound friends, me money it spends just as fast as winking. But when I make to clean the slate, the landlord says,
Keep drinking!
Oh,
Lord above, send down a dove with beak as sharp as razors to cut the throats of them there blokes what sells bad beer to sailors.
Did you drink enough? Lord above,
Send down a dove with beak as sharp as razors.
that's a Samaritan.
to cut the throats of them there blokes what sells bad beer to sailors.
Good.
6 months of pay gone in 3 days, but Judy she ain't a grievin'. So tomorrow morn I'll sail for the Horn, just as the dawn is breaking. Oh,
Lord above, send down a dove with beak as sharp as razors to cut the throats of them there blokes what sells bad beer to sailors.
So for one last trip from shore I'll ship, but next time back I'm swearing I'll settle down in my hometown and go no more seafaring. Oh,
Lord above, send down a dove with beak as sharp as razors to cut the throats of them there blokes what sells bad beer to sailors. Lord above, send down a dove with beak as sharp as razors to cut the throats of them there blokes what sells bad beer to sailors.
Ho, ho, ho,
Lord above, send down a dove with beak as sharp as razors to cut the throats of them there blokes what sells bad beer to sailors.
I say,
Oh, yeah.
what sells bad beer to sailors? Practical effects.
Was that the rest of our set list?
Yeah, whoosh. We've thrown that out a long time ago.
Well, now we're down to just one more
Let
song.
me check my pocket watch.
I'm afraid we only
Oh,
have time
pocket
for
Oh, Ben, again.
What?
You're a double tipper, Ben.
we only have time for two more songs.
It's
I've heard about that. I've heard that about
He's a
Ben.
double tipper.
For two more songs.
Oh, and Tom
magical
Lewis
abacus.
writes.
No.
Tom Lewis writes, "I'll call you." He wrote that song.
Thank you, Tom Lewis, for
Well,
that wonderful
well,
song.
Tom Lewis didn't
He
write it
said, "Who are
that
you?"
quite way that I
Well,
did.
it's-
Pretty sure he said, "Don't call me."
Right.
Getting a message from Tom Lewis that says "I'll call you" was a lot better than getting one from Michael Eisner.
Well, we'll never work for Disney now.
That's true.
This is a song that we learned from another band, the Steel City Rollers. So if you ever had the chance to look them up, it's well worth the look. This is an original song that they wrote, and it's got to be the most beautiful song of farewell I've ever heard. If any of you are familiar with an Irish wake, it's not about mourning, it's about celebrating the life of a person you've lost. And really that's what it is. It's a party. It's a time of remembrance and happiness and joy. So that's what this song is really about. Here and now we are less than we were nearly yesterday. Death is a mystery to those left behind. So we offer a chorus to those gone before us, and one in particular shines. So I'll say hello to the girls that you know, and they'll laugh till they cry over stories of you. At a table for one, I'll recall all you've done, and I'll finish my Guinness for two. Away, oh, away, a glass for one, away. Today, oh, today, the past is done today. Well, they say when you lose any limb you could choose, surely you'd feel it, but surely it's gone. In the same way we know up above we'll be whole, and our grand misadventures go on. So I'll say hello to the girls that you know, and they'll laugh till they cry over stories of you. At a table for one, I'll recall all you've done, and I'll finish my Guinness for two. Away, oh, away, a glass for one, away. Today, oh, today, the past is done today. Though I miss you like burning, I don't wish you're returning, for you have gone on now to joy evermore. Oh, I'll see you soon, for a life is a tune, and together we'll sing the encore. So I'll say hello to the girls that you know, and they'll laugh till they cry over stories of you. At a table for one, I'll recall all you've done, and I'll finish my Guinness for two. Away, oh, away, a glass for one, away. Today, oh, today, the past is done today. Away, oh, away, a glass for one, away. Today, oh, today, the past is done today.
Well, that's sobering. Not really.
Not really. Not really.
Let's see.
That's
Let's
a
see
happy
what's on the
song.
big board. Oh, no. It's just Ben. Ben's hanging out by himself. Well, let me see what it says inside. It's my magic TikTok.
That's what all the
Kirsten.
kids are doing these days.
Kirsten, thank you.
Why do these kids keep liking things about clocks? I don't get it. Clocks?
No, it's
Jeez.
just Ben.
I just
Ben,
don't get
thank you so much. And I think that's a wrap. Because I mean, what else did we do?
Right, shut down the generators! Empty the casks! It's all wasted! There's no reason to drink anymore! Just chop them with...
Well, I mean, we could be nice.
Could do one more.
Well, we wasted it now.
I mean, we could. I mean,
It's getting dark. They can barely see
You know
us
what?
anyway.
I think that in spite of what we may have gotten in the tip jar, or not, we should give them a couple more songs.
Captain's
All right,
choice.
Captain. Captain's choice.
Well, I mean, there's almost 6 bells, Captain. There's almost 8 bells. I've got bells that I wear around my Dicky Dido.
You
That's
see,
right.
the beautiful thing about the virtual world is that the bells fall whenever you want them to.
True.
My bells fell late in life.
That's right.
You've got that Bell's palsy. Yeah.
I've got bells.
And that's when you became a baritone. My bell. My bell.
I don't think that's the song we were going for.
No, I think solemn,
We're still
solemn,
working
reverent.
on that one.
It is, would have been the last weekend at the thing with the place, with the thing that didn't happen that everybody's really sad about.
Yeah.
And we were
And this is
hoping,
about
our friends here would, feel the love, and it wouldn't be a good old
I think I've got the
Pirates
song.
set.
I think I've
Do you
I've
have
got the
it?
right
I was
song, yeah.
covering, so good.
I
All
think I
right.
have the right song. Well, I wanted to see where in the hell you were going.
I was going to sing.
I think
all
we were all interested in the
75
same thing, sir.
verses of the Hair Over Dickie Dido.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
That'll get us to midnight.
I love Welsh music. I love Welsh music.
Both of them.
Thank you.
All right, where was I? Oh yeah, okay. Come all ye bold seamen, wherever you're bound, and always let Nelson's proud memory go round, and pray that the wars and the tumult may cease, for the greatest of gifts is a sweet lasting peace. May the Lord put an end to these cruel old wars, and bring peace and contentment to all our brave tars.
I was just a little boy searching for my way. I remember how I filled with pride to hear my father say that your dreams are like the mainsail set high upon the mast, and you'll run before the living wind, all your dreams can last. My sails are blowed and torn, they've been laid down wet. They need all the mending that they can get. No time to be attending on these winds alive today. These sails are worn and weathered, and I'm bound to go my way. Well, I grew up and went to school to learn that dreams ain't real. Reality confuses me with its many dreams. Oh man, I messed that up, didn't I?
It's all right. Keep going.
Start
again.
When I was just a little boy searching for my way. There's one thing I said we weren't going to rehearse, and guess what?
Guess what? This is the one.
I remember how I filled with pride to hear my father say, I'll do it fast, your dreams are like the mainsail set high upon the mast, and you'll run before the living winds as long as dreams can last. My sails are blown and torn, they've been laid down wet. They need all the mending that they can get. No time to be attending on these wounds alive today. These sails are worn and weathered, and I'm bound to go my way. Well, I grew up and went to school to learn that dreams ain't real. They taught me how to calculate, but hide the things I feel. Well, I know they didn't mean no harm, but this their learning said, that a man's a man in this here world, but if you dream you're dead. My sails are blown and torn, they've been laid down wet. They need all the mending that they can get. No time to be attending on these winds alive today. These sails are worn and weathered, and I'm bound to go my way. For too many long years, I've been living off my dreams. Reality confuses me with its many schemes. But I'll take that weathered tapestry that's folded in my soul, and I'll run before the moonlit winds with all the love I know. My sails are blown and torn, they've been laid down wet. the mending that they can get. No time to be attending on these winds alive today. And these sails are worn and weathered, and I'm bound to go my way. My sails are blown and torn, they've been laid down wet. They need all the mending that they can get. No time to be attending on these winds alive today. And these sails are worn and weathered, and I'm bound to go my way. Yeah.
Cheers, Jack.
You could almost make that a jig.
I know, right?
I kind of like the bouncy. That was
There's
so good.
triplets going on in the
It was
beginning.
happy. It was happy. It was happy.
It was a happy death song. Wait, how many streams on Spotify did that duet have?
I don't know.
Ask me how many.
How many?
102,000.
Oh! Shut the front door.
Shut the French door.
Shut the folksel.
For the win.
Shut the
Captain
frigate.
Or as they said on the Battlestar Galactica, the Fraxel.
The
The
Fraxel.
Fraxel.
Oh, wait. Aaron Lynn sent us £5.
Hey, thank you, Aaron.
Guess you-
That's
How are we gonna trade that in?
$6.75. That's not American.
How are we going to trade that in?
I love that.
You know, because of the new transparency, though, I'm afraid we do have to fess up that now we actually do only have time for 2 more songs.
And light.
Yes.
Yeah,
But here's the thing. As we said earlier, we haven't been able to perform for an audience. We haven't even been able to perform with each other because we live 5 states apart. Normally, we see each other every few weeks in normal times. But because of the burden that is placed on everyone, we've not been able to do this since February. That's the longest we've ever gone. Not being able to perform before an audience of you and with each other. So this evening has meant, if it meant a lot to you, it meant even more to us. So thank you very much for giving us this opportunity, and thank you very much for enabling us to do this, to dress funny and make music in the woods.
Bunch of enablers.
A bunch of enablers. You should be ashamed. So I raise my glass to all of you.
Can I raise my can, sir?
Please raise your can.
Raising my gallon.
Da, 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 da.
You know, it'd be lovely.
What's that?
A nice homecoming song.
From the Highlands.
None of the high schoolers got homecoming last year.
Oh, let's give it to us.
That's right. Yep.
Let's give it.
Let's give it to you.
Soon I will visit the place of my birth. They'll give me a welcome, the warmest on earth. So loving and kind, full of music and mirth, in the sweet sounding language of home. And hurrah, soon will I see them, oh hero. See them, oh, hurrah. Soon will I see them, the mist-covered mountains of home. Soon I will gaze on the mountains again, and the field, the wood, the valley and glen, and the wave of the courage beyond human ken. In the haunts of the deer I shall roam. And hurrah, soon will I see them, oh hero. See them, oh hurrah. Soon will I see them, the mist-covered mountains of home. to the mountains with summits of blue, and the valleys in the springtime with sunshine and dew, and the women and the men, ever constant and true, ever ready to welcome one home. And hurrah, soon will I see them, oh, hero, see them, oh, see them, oh, hurrah, soon will I see them, the mist-covered mountains of home. Oh, he mina morvina, oh, he mina corvina, oh, he mina corcan, he mina skalin for ya. And hurrah, soon will I see them, oh, hero, see them, oh, see them, oh, hurrah, soon will I see them, the mist-covered mountains of home.
We brought the ducks in.
My Christmas goose came early.
Surprise!
Well,
let me check it.
yeah, go ahead and check it, and then I'll say the words.
Check it.
Say the
Well,
words.
there it is. Rachel. Last one tonight, Rachel. This is for you, Rachel. At 123 Elm Street. Oh, sorry.
Anywhere Town, USA.
Phone number
458-987-2885.
8675.
Work schedule
8675-309.
Mondays, Wednesdays, and
Yeah.
Fridays 2 to 7.
Yeah, that's in the living room, and then on Tuesdays and Thursdays, it's in the dining room.
Right, yes. Our new reality. This actually is our last song. We saved a song that means a lot to us because it is, in fact, one of the very first songs that caught our ears. And we loved it enough that we got rip-roaring drunk at a party, got naked, got in a hot tub, and we did this arrangement of it. And that was over 30 years ago. And we shared it with audiences over the years. And the audiences, I don't think it was our performance so much, it's this song. This song strikes a chord with people. It struck a chord with us. We sang it for people. It struck a chord with them. So this song has been not so much our performing it for you, but we singing it with you. And that has meant volumes to us. It's worth its weight in gold because we'd not be able to do this without your love and your support over these years. So
Thank you, Lindsay.
Cheers.
You can't see, but we're cheersing you.
To every single one of you.
dedicated to all of you.
I'd say hold someone you love socially distant.
Yet.
Reach out, text somebody.
Reach out and text somebody.
Oh, the summertime is coming, and the trees are sweetly blooming, and the wild mountain thyme grows around the blooming heather. Will ya go, lassie, go? And we'll all go together to pluck wild mountain thyme all around the blooming heather. Will ya go, lassie, go? I will build my love a bower by an pure crystal fountain, and on it I will pile all the flowers of the mountain. Will ya go, lassie, go? And we'll all
together to pluck wild mountain thyme all around the blooming heather. Will ya go, lassie, go?
And if my
True love, she were gone, I would surely find no other where wild mountain thyme grows around the blooming heather. Will ya go, lassie, go? And we'll all go together to pluck wild mountain thyme all around the blooming heather. Will ya go, lassie, go? Oh, the summertime is fading, and the trees are swiftly turning, and my true love is awaiting by yonder blooming heather. Will ya go, lassie, go? And we'll all go together to pluck wild mountain thyme all around the blooming heather. Will ya go, lassie, go?
One last time.
And we'll all go together to pluck wild mountain thyme all around the blooming heather. Will ya go, lassie, go?
Thank you very much.
Good night.
Cheers.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers. Thank you all. Not me.
Thank you guys. An announcement?
But yeah, follow us on Facebook, Spotify, YouTube. Send us money. Thank you, Jessica. Got in there under the gun. And I guess all we need to do is the radio station identification, and we're out.
You've been listening to the Pyrates Royale high atop the White Hart Towers at One Stubtoe Plaza. You're listening to the sounds of separation on WORT. WORT. Inconceivable. All shanty radio serving the Spanish Main area.
And we're out.
You know what I want to say? I don't want to join the Navy.